Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing flight bans here in the Kingdom of Thailand. And a recent article from the Bangkok Post was titled, "No End in Sight for Flights Ban." I urge those who are watching this video to check out that article. There's a lot of detail there. But an interesting excerpt I found in the Tiger, that's Thaiger, thetiger.com. And the article is titled, "No Tourists Until 2021, Thailand Shuns Travel Bubbles and General Travel." Quoting directly from that article, at a webinar last week, the Deputy Governor for International Marketing at TAT, Chatan Kunjara Na Ayutthaya, said there was, quote, "no talk of a timeline issued for reopening the country to inbound or outbound leisure travel during weekly COVID-19 national meetings." Quoting further, he said he doesn't expect Thailand to welcome tourists until at least 2021. He noted that discussions about potential reopenings had been very, quote-unquote, risk-averse. Quoting further and quoting directly from the aforementioned individual, "The Christmas period, usually the high season, is in jeopardy, and I'm looking horribly even to Chinese New Year in February, which is an iffy proposition at best now. Unfortunately, this is not a rosy picture." And I urge those to go ahead and go to the Tiger website as well as the Bangkok Post website to gain further detailed and nuanced insight into this overall issue. I would like to state that I think, just sort of to editorialize, look, tourism this year, it's bad, and I really, my heart goes out to folks who are adversely impacted by this, and I know many people that are on a personal level, that this has just been just a catastrophe, for lack of a better term. I'm hoping, and perhaps my optimism is misplaced. It's always best to hope for the best and plan for the worst, and the attorney in me always looks at the worst case scenario, but the person in me, I guess, if attorneys have people within them, and I certainly know there are some of you out there in my audience that feel that attorneys don't, but the person in me, and not to make light of this, the person in me wants to be a little more optimistic. I have to presume that at some point at a policy level or on a functional, sort of a technical level, we're going to find some kind of treatment for this. We're going to find some kind of possibly cure for this, or we're all going, at a policy level, it's just going to be decided, look, we're going to have to go ahead and live with it in sort of the Sweden model, and I don't want to get into the various models and what works and what doesn't. But I have to believe that at some point in the foreseeable future, now it might be a little ways off, months away, we hopefully are going to see some kind of plan come into effect or some kind of policy wherein these really onerous restrictions are eased, and we just have to sort of deal with certain aspects of this situation and sort of move forward. As I've noted in a prior video, I should say made concurrently with this one, there are plans in the works for travel bubbles, the so-called Safe and Sealed initiative is out there. So there are initiatives out there on a policy level to deal with this and deal with it in a manner that allows some tourism to come back to Thailand while also keeping public health and safety clearly at the forefront of everyone's mind. But I'm hoping that sooner rather than later, we will see some light at the end of the tunnel and some substantial easing of these restrictions so that we can see sort of a return to the status quo ante-COVID, if you will.